Okay, so yesterday I had some like very strong tea. Like it's so caffeinated that it surprised me. Anyway, so I couldn't sleep until sunrise. It's that serious. And what I've been doing during that time, my friend was asking, I was like, why are you up this late? I was like, I had some tea, like some Hong Kong tea. And they're like, that person was like from Hong Kong. And their friend was like, oh my god, that's dead. Like, you're dead. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, so anyway, I did something I think quite interesting in a short amount of time, that I picked 1 to 3 pictures. I don't know how I get that idea, but I just got that. I picked 1 to 3 pictures, like no more than 3 pictures, each month, from last year until August this month. Well, I only picked like one in August because August hasn't passed yet. I think I got this idea from like the lack of appreciating like what you have accomplished. And it's like, I know I am dead busy in the past like 1.5 years, but I don't exactly know what I'm busy about. Like I can probably like set a few things like on top of my mind, but I couldn't visualize, or like it's not like a list of things that I can see like visually. So I decided to do this, to pick 1 to 3 important or memorable key points in each month, and pick a picture. And if there's no picture, pick like a closest one, and I will write like 1 to 3 sentences. Well, not three, like 1 to 2 sentences, 1.5 sentence about that thing. Describe it under that picture and put it all together. In like, I was picturing like, because I'm not artistic, but I'm like very much like in Chinese we say like 理工, so like be rational and like think about like all the practical stuff. But I also appreciate like beautiful stuff, but I cannot make it. So I can only use like tools to try my best to make it, which like it limits me because I have no like beauty standards or like whatever. But I just like, okay, that's the best I can do. So I use Canva, which is everything I do in like art like good stuff. So I used that. I was like, okay, I want to have everything in one page, and I want to like a big poster, and I try to find like some templates, and couldn't really find one that can have picture and like enough pictures, and like I can put a line or two underneath, because I found the ones that can have a ton of pictures, but it's like pictures stacked on top of pictures, and I couldn't really see like the words if I want them. So I picked like I kind of like incorporate 2 different things, like like Polaroids. There's one template with Polaroids, but it's only I think like 5 or 6 in that one page. I just copy and paste and like minimize it and put it. I think I have like 50 or something pictures, so I put all the pictures in, and I have the month in cursive on top of the pictures, either white or black, and I wrote like a sentence or 2 underneath to describe. And it's pretty interesting. I'll pick just like a few because there are like some I can't really share. Okay, so it's since 2023 January. Let me see the first one. January, the worst Lunar New Year with family, leading to a wonderful experience at the hostel, leading to a strong motivation / action to make my secret trip to happen ASAP. That's what I wrote. These are like, I didn't fine tune it. I just like wrote whatever I feel like it's important about that picture or that month. I looked at, I have 2 main Instagram accounts and also my Google Photos. So I skimmed through the photos. There will be less photos than like on stories, but stories, not all the stories are relevant. Like stories are more like the moment, like I document the moment thing on my Instagram stories. And for photos, I do delete photos on my phone and only let the ones that I think I need to save upload to the cloud. So on Google Photos, there's limited photos. And okay, so that's January, and there's only one in January. And okay, February there are 3. Secret trip through 2, first time ever experiencing traveling alone plus with a near stranger. So this is an amazing trip. I've shared it before. And yeah, there are 3 pictures, and the second and third one I'm not going to share. March, there are 2 pictures. In short, I started like a program, and it just like stressed me out, just like too much for me. It's related to like computer science, like what I studied, and in person, which I'm just like, it's not about in person that I'm stressed about. It's about the whole thing. I am like absolutely stressed about that. And then so I dropped out that later. It's free, so it's fine. And in April, I have 3 in April. So in April, I start to force myself out of my comfort zone. And one of the things I did is to watch movies alone. Watching movies itself, I don't do it already. And then watching alone, like doing things alone, not like doing things alone, I also hate. So these 2 things are kind of like a challenge for me. And then I also did a 10K run. I think it's one of the first 10K runs I did after pandemic, maybe the first second, I don't know. Like I used to run like 1, sometimes 2, usually just 1 10K per year, like just as a, something I do. I don't like running, by the way. I just do it for the sake of, forcing myself to practice somehow. And then the third picture is a digital plane ticket. So it says, an impromptu secret trip 3 decided, planned, and flew in 14 days as an escape to life. So I am stressed in March, right? And I just decided I'm gonna do this in like early April, and I did this in like mid-April or something, which is fantastic. This is like one of the most amazing trip. Like it's so spontaneous, but every single second is perfect. And yeah, after I came back in May, I was like every day looking for plane tickets, like searching for plane tickets. Like I really, really wanted to fly again, but I didn't. At least in May, just like it's too soon. And then in May, there's a interesting one. So, get obsessed with cats and BL content, mainly trying to catch up with schoolwork. Yeah, so I am traveling. The term start in April, and I'm traveling literally the first week of term starting. So coming back, I have lots of work to catch up. But it's also okay. And in my secret trip 3, I learned a lot about like how like drinking and stuff, because that does not exist in my original life before, and I've always wanted to learn about it. So coming back from that, I started to experiment with like alcohols and stuff. That's in June, and also June happened to be me learning makeup, which I did mention in my previous podcast episodes. And so June, I started a work at the end of June, and also 2 of my traveling friends that I met in different countries came to Taiwan, and so I took them around. Pretty fun. That's in July. And in August, I managed to I met one of my middle school friends. Friends. Accidentally while I was working, like one of the first few days that I worked, and we was like, oh my god, it's been so long since we met each other. Let's just catch up and meet up and stuff. So the 3 of us meet for an escape room, which is very cool. And then in August, I also started my second job, and also got my first credit card in Taiwan, which is pretty good. And another stepping out of comfort zone thing I did last year was to watch a fireworks show by myself. So yeah, like you can hopefully understand like why it's a stepping out of comfort zone for me. In September, there are 2 pictures. So I dyed my hair for the first time in September 11th, I think. And September is full of work and planning for NAT. So NAT is short for a trip that happened in October and November for 3 weeks with my parents. So I think I did mention that previously. So NA is short for North America. We went to like 5 or 6 cities in North America, and I need to like plan for a lot of things for that for my parents. They're visiting people there, and so October, because of like the trip, I have to squeeze in like I am so surprised I did so many things in October, even though like I think the flight is the 24th of October, so I have like 23 days in October, which is like 3 weeks in October, and I managed to finish so many things just in that like month. So important things in October, I started my language online live lessons in October, and I also met with my cousin, a foreign cousin, like they live foreign in a different country in 10 years, and they got married already, so they brought their partner, and I was like, it's so lovely to meet them. And then also I managed to meet up with like more middle school friends. Like we haven't met each other for like I think up to that point is 4 years. So like after graduation we still met, and then since the last time we met it's been 4 years. And I went to a very like far different city for an event, and met 2 people that live in the same city with me, like 2 wonderful people, and we just get to connect even after we come back. Like usually when you travel to a different city and you met wonderful people, you don't really get to connect that much, or just like especially afterwards, because you live in different cities and stuff. But yeah, it's just amazing, and we managed to do that. And yeah, so in the end of October, Nat started, and I put 3 pictures in October and November for Nat. And in November, I put got to know a new friend, interesting friend, and we went to a different, an interesting place. And in December, let me see how many, I've got 4, because some months I have 1 or 2, and I was like, okay, as long as the number doesn't exceed month times 3, it's okay. So December I have 4. In the end of November and early December, there's a also traveling friend can't come into Taiwan, and so I was taking them around as well. And also I went to skating. It's been well over a decade since I last skate. It's pretty fun. And then I also went to a bar, first time a bar in Taiwan. And then Christmas and New Year with friends for the first time as well. It's not a thing for me, because just back then no, it's just not a thing. I cannot go out, trust me. Okay, so that's it for 2023. And to be honest, it's very busy but rewarding. And I did on my own public Instagram, I did make a kind of a collage, or a memory. Every single month I documented something and wrote a paragraph or 2 about it, and it's pretty interesting. But it's still picking 1 or 2 things out of a month and looking at it all at a glance is cool. Okay, so in January this year, I did curl my hair, actually curl it, dyeing it, curling it, and I also did the what's it called, personal color analysis, which is pretty cool. And also the end of January and early February is my Secret Trip 4, which is also amazing. I think I briefly talked about it because I was busy already then, so I didn't talk about it much on the previous episodes. And from January to March, I was working 3 jobs, especially during Lunar New Year. I was literally working through the entire Lunar New Year. I didn't got a few days off before that, because I need some days off for Lunar New Year. And then I did some practice driving. This is in February, And in March, because my job, like one of my job is like lacking people, so I literally work to death. Like I have 3 jobs and I work 7 days a week, 6 whole days and 1 like half day, so it's like deadly. And so I'm like absolutely stressed. It's so stressful, and I'm like my emotions are like ups and downs, and like the lows are very low. And I did manage to go on a little trip because it's my birthday month. And then in April, I did another 10K race. So it's, usually the 10K race are in like those seasons. And this time, I did it with 2 other friends. That's why I'm doing the practice driving. It's because the spot of that race is very weird. It's like, there's no public transportation in that time. And they didn't provide any like public transportations. And also it's like somewhere very difficult to drive to, like the routes and stuff. So I practiced for like quite a few times, and that's my first time driving without like guidance and stuff. I mean like guardians on the car, so that's good. And still in April, I started practicing for the first time ever motorbike. I still did not get my license, no time anyway. And there's an very interesting event that I attended in April that I'll skip for now. And then another Hong Kong friend visited me. This is a traveling friend as well. Well, this is one of the friends I visited like last year. Like they came again, and we went to do quite a few things together, which is very nice. One of them is like the actual massage with people, like actually old grandma doing like stepping on top of your body, those type of things. It's very cool. And then I ended my first one of the job in May, the end of May, and I also entered an interesting program that I am gonna talk about in a very separate, probably like an hour-long episode about this interesting program. That's why I lived somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, so that's starting at the end of May. And then in June, there are 3 pictures in June. One is that one of my classmates, from this University of London online program, I've met before. We are GDSE core team, we work in the same team before, so I know this person. And I visited their country and city on my secret trip 3. Yeah, so we met and get along for quite a few days during that trip. And they came to Taiwan in a program, a trend, what is it called, exchange program anyway. And I was like, they couldn't come outside of that program, but I can visit them, so I went to visit them. Fortunately, they are traveling the entire Taiwan, so I picked the days that I'm okay with it, and then they're in the same city that I am. I went to visit them. And in June, I did a lot of hiking in June and July, actually, because this is also a big thing. I went to hike Mount Jade, so Yushan, which is probably you should know the highest mountain in Taiwan, in July. And that's why I am dead busy in July. So yeah, actually literally a month ago I am going to Pa Yushan. Okay, so yeah, in June and July, okay, this decision to go Pa Yushan is very impromptu. It's been decided early June, and lots of planning, and well, not sufficient, but planning after deciding in June and July. And then we finally did, me and my trekking partner, just the 2 of us. Interesting choices. And it's very funny, literally the 60th day we know each other, we are on Yushan. We don't know each other for that long, to be honest. And we know each other for 2 weeks, and then we were yeah, let's go Pa Yushan together. And sure, okay. And then we start planning. It's so fun. Anyway, okay. So in June, I did a ton of hiking with different people, and also there's some very interesting traveling experience that happened in June, and I'll see if I want to share about that. it's interesting. Yeah, anyway. And then in July, like I did a lot of traveling in June and July because of that program, and not like directly because of that program, but like indirectly because of that program. And I did another trip in July just with me and my really close friend of mine, and then I did like the week before I went up to Yushan, and then I did Yushan, and then I went to a nightclub in Taiwan for the very first time with a bunch of Americans. Yeah. And then in, like I mentioned, like I moved back 2 weeks ago, right? So 2 weeks ago, that program officially ended, and that's the only picture for August. Aside from that, these are like in July and stuff. So these are all the pictures. Oh my god, I love it. I was like, I'm thinking to make this into a post as well, but I don't know how. But anyway, I'm gonna, like, I need to refine like the sentences on top of like the Polaroids and stuff. And yeah, aside from that, this is what I did last time. And you know, talking like in the last episode, I was like talking about habits I want to incorporate into my life, and I did think of one thing that I was like, maybe I should, but maybe I should do it in a different way. Like, writing is a way of expressing, and I do like writing a lot, although I like speaking more. So I was like, you know, should I do like short recording or writing, like I don't know, like 5 minutes a day. I don't want it to be 10 minutes, because even 10 minutes writing is fine, but 10 minutes of like speaking solely monologue is quite long. And like if I wanted to make it a daily thing, you know what I mean? So I was like, it's long but also not long. I can make it longer, of course, but if I'm like just like I don't know what to say, I also want it to be short. So I'm still thinking about it. I love to document my life. You know, like I just created another Instagram account that it's public, but I am like I closed every single thing that's possible for people to like discover it. It's public for a reason, that I need like a specific function for a public account, like a professional account actually. Otherwise, I just post like random, very random stuff on top. Currently, it's all in Chinese. Yeah. Anyway, so I was like posting. I'm not like posting like diary. No, I'm not posting like what I think, like deep, like dark thoughts. No, I'm not posting that. I'm just like posting actually whatever I wanted to post. And sometimes I'll document like, you know, oh, what happened that day. So yeah, like one of the things, like as an example, like I recently, because of Yushan and before Yushan, I bought well, like it's 50% invest, like there's a 50% investment from my mom, so I didn't pay for all of that. I bought a sport camera because I definitely want to document every single detail, well, like mostly of my journey up on Yushan. I know like the dark part I couldn't, but at least the parts that I can. So I was like trying to do research and all stuff. And now that I'm back down, I can still like I can use that for so many different things. And one of the things I'm obsessed with right now is recording time lapses. Like I love time lapses. The day I was changing, like cleaning my room, I just set the tripod up like on the corner and then record me like just like cleaning the desk and like removing everything, like vacuuming the floor, and then like rearranging and like plugging the cords and stuff. It's so satisfying. I just love that. And like 2 days, like they had two yesterday and the day before, I was like also doing random things on my laptop. Also just like let it record me. I love it. Like I love seeing like time lapsing. So it's like these things, I want to post it somewhere to release the memory, not for others to see. But it's like, if you want to see it, sure, why not? But it's like, I want to post it, and for the sake of, okay, memory saving, but I don't know where to post it. And so that's like the use of this account. I mean, I didn't post, I think I post like 1 or 2 only, because exporting takes time. Like right now, literally right now that I am recording this, my phone is exporting the files. Yeah, so that's like some examples of me using that account. And yeah, so currently I was like, there's so many things I want to do, but I don't think those are necessary. It's like those are all leisure activities. Like, I want to watch this movie, I want to watch that anime, I want to watch like that manga, I want to do more of this, do more of that. And yeah, like right now I have a caution, like, okay, the habits part, okay, back to habits, interesting twist. But I have like a whiteboard / wood board in my room, and it's like half, so left is whiteboard, half, like right is the wooden board, so I can like pin stuff on. And there's no magnet to it. So I was like, how can I utilize that? I haven't been using that for like 2 years again. And I was like, habits, probably habits. I watched like a video talking about, some of the habits, or just like probably put it somewhere you can visualize, you can see it clearly, like, 2 like strikes and stuff. I was like, yeah, like, why not put my habits here? But like, how? Like, do I stick a paper on top, or just like, do I use actually just use whiteboard pen, or like a marker? But like, how many habits do I want to track? Like, how am I gonna track it on like this size? It's quite big actually, the size of whiteboard, etc., etc. So I was thinking about that while I was shower, and then when I came out of shower, I was like, let me record something. And then yeah, here we go. Very long. I am going to, I'm going to sleep for sure. I don't know, should I try sleeping early? I hate sleeping early, and like all like early, like, you should sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time, don't use your phone before bed, all these shit. Oh my god, yeah, just like, I hate these. But no buts. Anyway, I am going to sleep, and goodbye.